In a traditional classroom, students hear the lecture portion of a lesson in class, then go home to practice their new learning as homework. In a flipped classroom, students go home to view the lecture portion as homework in the form of a video. Students then come to class and work with their new learning with the support of the teacher. Let's take a look at some of the advantages and disadvantages of using the flipped classroom. The first advantage of the flipped classroom is that students no longer have to work on homework at home independently without the support of the teacher. The flipped classroom allows more one-on-one time with the teacher in class. Another advantage of the flipped classroom is that students are able to learn at their own pace. They have the ability to pause and rewind the videos at any time. The flipped classroom also addresses absenteeism. Students who are absent are able to make up the lecture portion on their own time. And the final advantage is that it involves parents. Videos allow the parents to learn and be better equipped to help their child. Now let's discuss some of the disadvantages of using the flipped classroom. Critics are wondering if students actually need more homework. Another disadvantage to using the flipped classroom, and one that is probably the most difficult to resolve, is the digital divide. Not all students have access to the internet. The fear is that the flipped classroom can further alienate students who are from a lower socioeconomic background. And finally, how can teachers be certain that students are actually viewing the videos at home?
Today I'm going to start with the cons of the flipped classroom. I could say that one thing that I have noticed is that whenever you offer a lesson at home, a kid's probably going to pick reading a book, playing outside, playing video games, maybe just vegging out over watching your video. So you need to make sure that there's some kind of incentive involved, or that they understand the direct correlation between these videos and their learning the next day in the classroom. Not all students have access to the proper tools to be able to stay on top of a flipped classroom model. So depending on the model that you're using, if you're showing videos and that's your only flip, then you might have to think of some other opportunities for students who don't have access to those kinds of materials, or ways that you can make those materials accessible to them. The pros, my most favorite is, instead of giving the information in class and then sending the kids home to practice on their own, you're there to guide them while they're doing the practice. You can address misinformation, misunderstandings, whatever students have, and you can see it rather than they're at home struggling with the material and then come back and they're like, I just didn't get it. It really is just kind of lecture if you don't take it to that next step. And really, if that's what we're wanting to get away from in education, then that might not be the answer. So finding an effective way to flip your classroom and make it more than just lecture.
Today is 3.5, multiplication and division. Our objective today is to explore the relationship between multiplication and division, and to get a little practice with it. So when we're finished with this lesson, you should be able to multiply and divide numbers. Okay, and that's the end of our video for lesson 3.5. And your entry ticket will just be your completed journal, your math journal, page 61. Remember, on problem 1, you should have filled in all 3 fact families. What did you find beneficial about having a video there instead of just a teacher?
Well, you got to rewind the video and go back and look at, and you can rewind you.
You can rewind me. But how does that help you? How does rewinding help? Like, why would you need to rewind?
I can see, again what it means, and so.
So do you like to watch the videos at home, or do you prefer to learn with the teacher teaching you in class?
I like to watch the videos at home.
Okay, and what part of the videos do you like?
I like watching the videos because you can pause them if you need to.
Okay, and how does that help you?
Because sometimes if I need to write stuff down and I don't have enough time while the video's still going, I can pause it. Thank you.